Hello, bro.
How you going, legend?
How are you? Having fun?
Good. Happy to be here.
Yeah?
Having a chat.
Yeah, it's good. Finally doing this. For those that don't know Dre, which is probably most of you, this guy was, I would probably say, my first mate that I made when I moved up to the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
So
I think so, yeah. Same for me.
I moved up, like my tattoo artist Buck, I lived here and I knew him previously, but then I moved up and you would be the first mate.
Yeah. That's it.
My first mate.
That's it. Started at AM PM. I thought you were English.
Hell yeah, you did too. What the fuck was
like,
with that?
Who's this Pommy guy? And I
Bro.
thought Bucko was Irish. And I'm like, oh.
You thought Bucko was Irish?
Yeah, with his accent, like, because I had a chat to him and I just heard him speaking and I'm like, he must be Irish.
It must be those Czech ears of yours.
It must be. Yeah.
So you are from Czechoslovakia?
Yeah, you used to be Czech Republic.
Czech
Republic. Yeah.
And so I thought, like, because that's an area that interests me as well. Like, as a traveler, I love to travel and shit. I thought we'd talk about that a little bit as well, and your background. Like, so maybe do you want to introduce yourself? Maybe just give people a little overview of yourself and a bit about you, and then we'll dive a little bit into like your history and being Czech and like maybe some culture and like whatever comes up.
Awesome. So born in Czech Republic, raised in Czech Republic, lived there for about 12 years.
Yeah.
Then moved to Australia. When I was about 12. And pretty much lived in Adelaide until I was about 27. Yeah. And then ended up moving to Gold Coast all by myself, solo. Yeah. And here I am. Yeah. Got one sister. She lives in Czech Republic still, so she comes and visits.
She speaks English?
Yeah, she speaks pretty good English.
Does much of the Czech Republic speak English?
Yeah, it's like a subject there, so it's a compulsory subject.
Yeah. I guess like pretty, so it's like throughout Europe, it's quite.
It is, yeah.
Common,
it's
isn't it? Yeah. And like, what I was going to ask, what would you say like some of the major differences in culture are between like say Australia and a much more well-established country with a longer history and so on, such as the Czech Republic?
Yeah, it's I mean, there's I have to say it's massive difference. Like Czech people are, the history has really sort of formed their personalities. Yeah, so they're
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You stubborn fucking.
It's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, like no, Czech people are sort of good, but definitely very different to Australian people. Like the way they sort of thought things and then school systems and everything like that, completely different. And even to other European countries, I reckon. We've got our own little form and systems of how we educate people and the way we educate. So they definitely very very educated. Like you can see that Czech people have, like, for a small country, there's quite a lot to know about them. Like,
is it quite a sophisticated place?
Surprisingly, they're very smart.
Yeah.
Surprisingly. No, but think about it like that. So as a small country, right? There's a lot of small countries out there, and we've got our own branded car. Skoda. It's Czech car.
Oh, Skoda's Czech.
Right? Yeah. So you think of Poland and and Spain and all the other European countries. They don't have their cars. They don't have their branded cars. We've got our own branded car, and it's shipped all over the world.
I'm sensing pride.
I'm pretty proud of that. That's not the only thing. We've got pretty good tennis players. I'm not going to go into sport or anything with you, but for a small country,
with me, the least sporting human on earth.
But we're out there, and we're
What's your favourite sport on earth?
Far out, man. It's just, I grew up playing soccer, so I'd have to say soccer. But I love all sports. Like I like ice hockey. I like American football, I like tennis, Aussie sports. Like Aussie rules. It's okay. Like I don't mind it now, unless started after.
Oh, that's enough sport.
Yeah, that's it. I feel it.
One was enough. So So, just not. Is it pronounced Škoda? Is it
Škoda, yeah.
Škoda?
And here you say Skoda. Yeah.
Yeah, Škoda.
Yeah, Skoda.
Nice. Okay, so tell me, what do you think the top values of a Czech person would be? Like, what are the values that are sort of instilled in a Czech person as they are raised?
I'm guessing values. All I can think of is Czech people just drink a lot of beer. That's their that's their biggest value. But none other than, like, obviously.
Sounds sophisticated.
That's our one downfall, yeah, the beer. Yeah.
The beer. Why is it every country on earth is like a drinking nation? You're always like, what are Aussies? Oh, we're drinkers. What are Germans? Drinkers. What are Irish? Drinkers. What are English? Drinkers. What are fucking hell?
But I swear to God, if you look up the stats, the Czech people are the biggest beer drinkers in the world. Like, they're the top 1 or 2, I reckon.
Really?
I looked it up last time. Yeah, even bigger than Germany.
Go do your research, peeps.
Yeah, look it up because I'm serious. But yeah, like, values other than, like, obviously raising family, all that sort of stuff, the basic stuff. I mean,
like, would you say that they're raised with the with this societal agreement to be good citizens and, just go through the steps in life, the house, the kids, like that whole Western culture sort of, the American dream, kind of like that similar kind of thing? Or would you say they're sort of more encouraged to think outside the box and be creative and, like, like what sort of direction do they go?
Yeah, so from back in the day, like before I was born, like, the 1960s, 1970s, even before that, they were people were raised, or kids were raised really strictly, like, like, the basic, belting with the bells and all that sort of stuff, and even, like, I've just watched this Czech movie a couple of months ago, and it's from back in the day, back in the 70s and stuff, and yeah, it's just like you can see how they were sort of like, just really mean to the kids.
Disciplined.
Yeah, very disciplined. Strictly. Like, like hitting the kids and all that sort of stuff. And that's how it used to be. I remember when I was even young, my grandma was like that. My mum, luckily, wasn't that strict, but
I think that's pretty similar in a lot of places around the world. I know it's been like that here. I got the belt a couple of times as a kid, and I love you, Dad. and only a couple of times. And I'm sure I believe he did from his parents as well, which is probably why I got it. So yeah, I'm not so sure whether that, but maybe it's a little bit more extreme over there. I'm not sure.
I think I really think so. Yeah, I don't know whether
some of these places in Eastern Europe, from what I can. Czech is in Eastern Europe, isn't it?
Yeah, from what I central. Yeah,
it's like central Eastern Europe. From what I can gather, like as an Aussie, they do come across a bit more sort of straight edge.
Yeah.
A bit sort of harsher, sharper in a sense. Just from as an outsider looking in, like, over here, our culture is very much just sort of have a laugh and chill out and fucking take the piss. And
it is, isn't it? Yeah, especially nowadays. But yeah, definitely. It shapes a child being like that, being taught like that, respectful and all that sort of stuff. So that's why I guess the discipline is, in Czech Republic, people are pretty disciplined that way. So the way they raise the kids and always want to strive for high, education and all that sort of stuff. So that's why I guess, they sort of do stand out, Czech Republic, as a country.
Would you say, what would you say is their what is their sense of humour like? Because I know you and I have kind of a different sense of humour.
I just, even though I was born in Czech Republic, I'm actually half Bulgarian, so my dad was Bulgarian.
Okay.
But I used to just go visit my grandparents there. I don't know the language. I don't know, much about it. Just, I know I'm half Bulgarian, and I've always been a bit of an outsider, like in sort of in school and stuff, because of my name. So Czech people are
you
very...
have the coolest name on earth.
Well, yeah, that's what people think here. But like in Czech Republic, people used to be, back in the day, they used to be very, I don't know if resentful was the way, but just towards other people, towards other countries, sort of
condescending.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess. Like if your name were, if you were more Eastern European and you moved to Czech Republic and you were going to the schools there, people didn't like to mingle with those sort of people too much.
Right.
Yeah, it's that something, that pride, Czech pride, I guess.
Yeah,
Like
so
they like to
the outsiders were sort of shunned a bit.
Yeah, it's changed now, of course, like all the other countries in Europe. But yeah, it used to be like that. So yeah, so I never used to sort of, and same with the humor, like what you were saying, sort of, I don't really connect with their humor too much. I never felt like I'm part of that Czech culture that much.
Right. Yeah.
That's why when sort of we moved, I was sort of really happy, because I just felt like I wasn't as Czech as everyone else, really.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
that's interesting. And how did you find the transition into Australia and the culture here? And like, was it difficult? Was it easy? Like, how was that? I'm curious because, like, you're one of my great mates, but like you are quite different.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. As a, as an Eastern sort of European, there's just differences.
Yeah.
And so like maybe was that difficult to sort of transition into?
Yeah, I guess part of the reason why I like Australia is because it's just, they're so welcoming and they're not, discriminating in any way, or so I went to.
Some of us. The good.
Well, no,
yeah.
Like knowing quite a lot about, like Europeans and, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's a bit different there. But here, people are just way nicer, way more relaxed, and so it was really.
It's always nice to hear that.
Yeah, like no, I love Australia. That's why, like, I'm one of those European people that calls themselves Australian, not like where they're actually from. Those Greeks and Italian is like, oh, I'm Greek. Where are you from? Italian. But I was born here. But they never say they're Australian. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I came and I'm proud of being Australian. So I tell people I'm Australian before I tell them I'm Czech.
Yeah, cool.
So, but yeah, definitely.
I'm a student. I'm a student. I'm a child of the world.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one.
I don't consider myself Aussie. I'm a world child.
Nah, but yeah, it was pretty easy, sort of getting into it. And because I was taught English, obviously, in school in Czech, it didn't take long. I went to English school for a year in Adelaide.
Right.
So sort of kids like me, when they come fresh, they sort of go to this English school, and then they stay there for as long as the sort of this schooling system feels they need to be there for, and then they send them into like a high school to mingle with the normal kids. And that was maybe a little bit more trickier because my language barrier and stuff. I couldn't communicate as well. Like you want to sort of express yourself really easily, but my English still wasn't at the stage where I was able to.
Yeah, so it must be hard. I can only imagine. I think about myself when I was in Europe or like a foreign country and I didn't speak the language, and it's like it's hard.
Yeah,
you're just like, geez, something that I take so much for granted, just simple communication.
Yeah.
All of a sudden is like this massive roadblock.
Yeah, it is. It was like, and especially the school I went to, there wasn't any kids like me, like the foreign kids. Usually, when where they were sending kids from my English school to different schools, there would be a couple of kids that would go to the same school in the same area. Yeah. And for me, it wasn't like that. I just went to school pretty much by myself, so I had to mingle with the Aussie kids, and yeah, it was fine, but it wasn't the same. I had a lot of friends in the English school. I was like, pretty happy there. But then going into the other school, quite a lot of changes. Hey, it's not really that good for someone that's young. You make friends.
Were you picked on there, or just just
not really. Just
felt a bit like you noticed the difference.
Yeah. It was because going from the school where I was, the English school, for a whole year, I made like some of my really good friends there.
Yeah, right.
And then I was really settled in there, and then they go, all right, now you're gonna have to go to a different school, so you have to make new friends.
Change up of environment. Yeah.
It was just that was the annoying part, but over time it was fine. Yeah.
And when you came here, you went straight to Adelaide.
Yeah. So we moved straight to Adelaide. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And did you like Adelaide? Like I know for me, Adelaide's a funny place in Australia because in some sense it gets kind of a bad rap, or like I don't know about a bad rap, but it just sort of is regarded as like this sort of sleepy town that's really quiet and nothing happens there, and it's like kind of ignored. But like I really like Adelaide. I think it's a really beautiful place.
Yeah.
And it is peaceful. It is quiet. There might not be as much going on, but it's a beautiful city and it's a beautiful area. And like, I mean, I think Adelaide has quite a lot going for it.
Really?
Yeah.
You're the only one then. Nah, well, they call it the
point. Even the Czech guy doesn't like Adelaide.
They call it the city of churches. But yeah, it is small, and most of it is just empty suburbs. So that's what I don't like about it. So yeah, I mean, it is considered one of the biggest sort of cities in Australia, but not because of the size of the city or anything like that, just because of the big suburbs everywhere. But there is nothing. So you've got one tiny town that you can walk through within half a day. You can be from, you can explore the whole city. It doesn't even take that long.
Yeah. And it doesn't take long at all to explore the Adelaide city. But
yeah,
I mean, I grew up in Melbourne, and I hate city life. I never liked Melbourne. So I think for me, Adelaide was like a breath of fresh air when I first went there. I was like, oh, this is nice. Like this city kind of feels like a big town. Yeah. Which like for me, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. I guess if you don't like cities, then that's fine. I like cities. I like to go somewhere and, explore and see new places. And, I want a change of scenery. If you're from a suburb, you want to go somewhere. But
yeah, like, I mean, I'm the same. Like, I definitely love to explore cities. Like, when I went to Europe, I love walking through strange cities. Yeah. Like, it's cool. But, like, in terms of living there, for me, it's not my thing. I mean, apparently not for you either, now that living on the Gold Coast.
Nah, well, I like Gold Coast, like, because there's a lot of happening here. Compared to Adelaide, it's a complete opposite. So, yeah, you've got the big sort of, obviously, Gold Coast have everything just spreads across there, and you can be from one side
right along the beachfront, all the way up and down the beach. You just have this, I guess, when an area is like a tourist destination, there's just guaranteed to be more going on.
Yeah, and even that, you can't say, it's all tourist destination from one end to another. Like, it's basically surfers up to Broadbeach, and some people go up to Burleigh Heads, like tourist-wise. But after that, it's all sort of locals.
Yeah,
like, like Tweed and Kira and all
Palm
that.
Beach. Beautiful spots.
Yeah, so much to see. Yeah,
we're very lucky. Well, I thought we'd move on a little bit because you and I are both exploring online business. Yeah, and this is a topic that I'm extremely passionate about. I have known from my very early years as an adult that I didn't like. I didn't like the whole 9 to 5 thing. I didn't like the idea of slaving away on someone else's dreams for them, earning that wage, relying on the paycheck. Like I was always, and especially after I went traveling, I was just like, holy shit, man. That whole thing of you only get one life. There's a whole world out there to see. Like it really started to hit home, and I was just like, shit. One way or another, I have to achieve freedom in my life before it's all over, because this damn place we live in is too fucking beautiful to miss out on. Yeah. And there's so many incredible experiences to be had. So like, I have tried online things in the past and failed, and I've, learned from that and come back, and now I'm back at it again, and it's just one of those things where I'm just going to keep fucking going, and I'm sure I'll fail in a sense again and just get back up and go again. But we do live in an incredible age now, where so much is possible with the internet. You really, truly can create a successful, profitable income stream with your laptop nowadays.
100%, yeah.
And so for you, I'm not sure, like, do you want to just maybe let us know how long you've been playing around with this, and what sort of avenues you've been down, and how to crack at, and what you're doing now, and so on?
Yeah, sweet. So I gotta say we're sort of looking at things the same way when it comes to this. So like using your time well, and getting the most out of your hours in a day, and passive income equals ultimate happiness.
Magic word.
Really. Yeah. So I definitely agree with that. Like,
passive income. Like, I'm a big believer that passive income maybe doesn't itself lead to ultimate happiness, but passive income allows you to then pursue the things that will lead to ultimate happiness and fulfillment in life.
Yeah, that's the ultimate dream, you know, like being able to work from your laptop and travel, like, you know, just imagine going to Bali and just saying to yourself, oh, I'll just stay here for 3 months and just work, you know, on a laptop and
kick it by the pool.
And you know, most of these sort of businesses, when you look at them, they require 2 hours a day to upkeep. Like,
it really isn't that much. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can, how much time you put into an online business is kind of just going to be a direct reflection of sort of how fast you get results.
Exactly,
and, yada yada. But you can be successful with this from 2 hours a day. Sure, you can. It might take you longer, but
yeah, no, 100%. So like, depending obviously how much you want to make and you know how serious you are, but depends, like that's what I'm saying, like it doesn't matter what sort of job you have, you can still do it even if you just spare 2 hours in a day, and that's not much, you know. So yeah, anyone can do it.
No, absolutely. And you really don't need to know, you know, to be tech savvy, to know these skills. Like everything you need to be successful with this is available online. There are tutorials for everything. There are mentors and guides and programs. You know, I am in the middle of one at the moment. It's amazing. I love it. And, you know, it's just like when I look at what I pay for my membership with this sort of mentor program and what I get back and what the potential that lies within that, I'm just like, it's a no-brainer. Like, this is ridiculously good value. And so you're diving down the Shopify.
Yeah, do you ever feel like sometimes when you get these courses, right, like sometimes it's just like you get the excitement and you're following everything step by step, and then it just sort of starts fading?
100%.
And like, what is that? Like, you feel like, you know, I've got it, you know, I'm there, like, this is amazing, you know? And then so many times, a lot of things that I've done in the past have been like that. Like, this is an awesome idea, I'm going to do it, I'm going to pursue it. And then as you go, it just fades. I don't know whether it's your interest or whether it's just focus or whether you just get bored, or what is it, and how do you keep it up?
All of these things, bro. It's like we live in a world of instant gratification now. Everything's fast, you know, and so everyone's looking for that get rich quick. You know, that make money fast, that, you know, that secret, that magic pill that doesn't exist, that isn't a thing, you know, like, some people get lucky in life, sort of. I have a bit of a thing with that word, luck, I don't know, but anyway. And some people, you know, because you read all the testimonials, you read all the success stories, and like, you know, this person made it and quit their job in 3 months, this person did it in 6 months, and you're just like, woo! But you've got to remember, you don't know their story, you know, you don't know how much time they put in, you don't know how much money they invested into it. Like, this is a fact, right? In online business, or any business in life at all, the results that you get are going to come down to those two things. How much time you invest, how much money you invest. The more money you spend, the more time you spend, the faster you're going to get results. Period. Right? So, yeah, you're right. I mean, and look, in the past, I have had the tendency to do this as well. It's 110% for the first little while, and then I hit a roadblock or something comes up, and I'm like, fuck,
and it just fade.
And then it just starts to fade from there. And it's like, and I think for me, there's a few reasons for it, but I think some of the major reasons that come up might be, first of all, that I didn't start on the right foot or with a solid foundation, because I think most people jump into this world of online business with their eye focused only on the money. And they don't focus on the reasons, you know, the why, like why they're doing this, why they're here, how important it is to them to achieve this, you know. They don't sort of stop and think, okay, what will happen with my life? Where will I be in 5 years if I give up? You know, like, you don't think about these things. And then, like, I know for me, like, nowadays, I'm drilling my why into myself. You know, I recorded myself reading all the reasons why I'm doing this, and I play it back to myself every night, even during the day as well. Like, I'm filling my head with it because, you know, it's like when you're motivated like this and you're passionate and you're like, and you are working hard, it's so hard to understand a future version of yourself that could give up, because you go, fuck, if 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 it takes me 5 years and then I achieve financial freedom and I'll be 32 and retired and financially free and traveling the world at 32. That's if it takes 5 years, which it probably won't. But if it does, is that a bad thing? No. If it takes 10 years, I'll be 37. That's still good. You know what I mean? And when you quit, I think we don't think about these things. We don't stop and think. If I quit now, what will my life look like in 5 or 10 years without this? Will I, it's going to be miserable. It's that trade-off, isn't it? It's like short-term gratification for long-term misery, or short-term misery for long-term gratification. And it's, for some reason, it is so difficult to move past that short-term and just have that vision for the future and lock onto it. It's weird. I look back and I question and I wonder why I've quit in the past, but then at the same time, I also recognize all the incredible lessons that I learned through those past experiences that I can now imply, 100% on what I'm doing now. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, for you, like, what's your experience been in terms of this?
I've done quite, as well, I had heaps of business ideas, the usual business ideas, when you're in the gym, you want to make a gym wear, you want to, you want to do this, you want to do that, and then you design a logo, you actually go out there and find people to design your logo, you've got a cool logo, and then, start making designs, and then just fades, you find out, oh shit, it's just not working.
What's funny on that point? This is another major point and another reason that most people fail, I believe. In fact, I would be as bold as to say I know. Is that most people, when they start something new, focus their time, energy, and attention on the wrong things. When you are starting something new, you need to focus on what is going to bring me the money. Like as we just said before, you focus on the reasons why you're doing it, and this is going to sound contradictory, but you need to be doing things that are going to be income generating, because that's where you're going to get that sense of, ooh, this is working,
100%.
And that's going to keep you. That's going to have the carrot dangling in front of you. And you're like, and then when you get a little bite of it, you're like, oh, keep going for more. That's when it's proving itself to be working. That's when you get excited and you're like, oh, that motivation, that inspiration, that drive continues. Because so many people, myself included, as you just said, I have thought about apparel stuff before, all sorts of other business ideas, and we get caught up in these time-wasting activities, like nitpicking over tiny details on the website or your design, your logo. Like, oh, is it perfect? Oh, is it perfect? Like this isn't even a finalized thing. It's just a circle with my fucking name and blog and podcast in it. And I took 10 minutes making it because I was just like, it's not important. It's not important. It's my name, blog and podcast. It says what it needs to say, and that's it. And I'll come back to it down the track. I don't care. It's not an official logo for my business. I need to be focusing my time and energy and attention on what is going to bring me the results back that are going to inspire further action.
Yeah, I feel like I've wasted a lot of time doing stuff like that. So, like, you could say, oh, it's an experience, whatever, but, I just feel like I wasted so much time on something that I'm not going to look at again. I'm not going to pursue this. And I, designed logo. I got couple other designs done, and, and it's just like some things, you just, it doesn't help you in any way in the future. And you have to just look at it as like, fuck, I literally just wasted who knows how many hours,
And potentially money, I know I've spent money on logos that I never used and stuff in the past.
So sometimes a little bit of money and, So, now I find my new passion, because I've always, I've always had a passion for import-export, right? Since even before I became PT, or even before, as soon as I went out of school, I was really interested in importing and exporting. How does it work, and how do you get into? Yeah, I don't know what it was. I just like products. I like shopping centers, and I like shops and things and displays and all that sort of stuff. And I was like, I just really want to I don't want to work for you know, like Kmart or something, you know, like doing that stuff. But how do you do this? I had no idea how to, what courses to do where you can become your own businessman without start opening a shop. And back in my days when I was, you know, 18, there was no internet, wasn't that popular. There wasn't internet stores and internet shopping and none of that. So,
no, I mean, even still, bro, even still, like, this is another funny thing because a few people I speak to go, oh, no, you know, it's kind of like I'm kind of a bit late to the wagon, you know, like late to the party to this online business thing. I'm like, are you tripping? There's so few people doing this in comparison to like the world population, the market that you can reach.
Yeah.
And strangely enough, even though we live in 2019, we're in the fucking boom of the internet, age. So few people even can recognize or see that there is an opportunity in this space, let alone will pursue it.
Yeah.
Even, 90% probably of the people that are like, oh yeah, online business, won't do anything about it.
Yeah, lucky for us though.
Lucky for us, you know? More opportunity for us, more slices of the pie for us.
That way.
But I truly do believe that there's enough room online for almost all of us to have a slice of the pie. There really is. There's access to the whole world. It's like it's the biggest marketplace there is. Obviously.
Yeah. No, that's it. And all it is just finding your little special, everyone's got something going for them.
Yeah.
Something, that they feel like they can do, or like I just wish I was really good at something, making something, or, something. I was better at doing something than someone else, and then I was able to sell it.
But you know what? Like if it's making something, then that's at the end of the day, even if it is your passion, it's still sort of you trading your time, doing that for money in a sense. So. Leverage what you are good at, but have other people do the work so that you can create this lifetime of freedom for yourself. So the other beautiful thing about the internet is that you can truly build a business that is completely aligned with who you are as a human being, your purpose, your passion, your mission, your love, your values, whatever it is. Whether you are, as you said, interested in import-export and products and how that whole system works and fulfillment and all that, or like me, I'm super passionate about personal growth and personal development stuff and just growing and evolving as a human being. So that means for me that I would stand behind companies that are aligned with that sort of niche, and like human performance. And both of us, we love health and fitness, so then I can align myself with products that go down that path. You can just do anything and anything and everything that you want. Whether you're a content creator, you can create your content and freelance online if that's your thing, or you can, if you're passionate about certain products, like whatever they may be, like remote control cars or like kitchen appliances, you can import them and sell them, and you can brand them. You can private label brand them yourself, sell them, create your own brand out of that. And anything it is, a service that you provide, that is your job. Like you can take your job, the service you provide, and put it online. Yeah. And suddenly open this market up to your perfect audience everywhere in the world. It's an amazing opportunity.
It is, yeah. No, 100%. Like I finally sort of find out there's another way to do it, other than just opening your store somewhere down the street, and buying all this shit, and then paying rent, and then hoping that someone walks into your shop, So there is risk-free way of doing it now, online,
well, very much. Almost risk-free,
risk-free only time, you invest
a little bit of
your
money,
time, a little bit of money,
Like the startup costs of an online business in comparison to like a brick and mortar store.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
Like it's
nothing
to chalk and cheese. It's different worlds.
Yeah, and you can you can reach wider audiences and customers everywhere. Like not just in a shop. It's just you targeting like an area of I don't know. A couple of thousand people. On the internet, you're targeting hundreds of thousands of people. So
millions.
Yeah,
millions. You can be targeting millions, depending on how targeted your niche is.
Exactly.
Yeah, totally. You just open that world right up. So something that I've kind of always admired about you and it's an area that like I sort of struggle with, and we're all different. But so for me personally, I need my environment to be very much reflect what I want to achieve and what I'm doing. Where I want to go in my life for my environment to sort of nurture me and create the perfect scenario in which I can move in that direction in my life. Whereas I've noticed for you, you seem to be really good at this like silent hustle, like doing the work behind closed doors, like separating your personal life and your business life, and like you can get out there and get amongst it with the mates and just like have a dope time and sort of just like forget about it, and then you come back and you just silently, without speaking about it, without surrounding yourself with those people or anything, you just get the work done behind the closed doors, and you're focused and you're driven, and you just sort of start to get results because you have this great sort of on-off switch that's just like business time, play time, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, so I do sort of, I don't want to say that I'm really good at it or anything. I do still find it, pretty hard to do. Like, just being able to focus on your work and when it's time to do it, and then just relax when it's time to do it. Like when you're your own sort of boss, you choose your own hours.
Yeah, you're like embodying being your own boss. Yeah.
So it's still tricky. Like being a personal trainer, starting, at 5 o'clock in the morning, finishing 10:30, 11, going home, and then you've got about 4 hours pace in between until you go back to the gym to work or whatever.
And it's funny, like because I've been a PT before as well. I sort of know firsthand. It's interesting because a lot of people think of PT as like, wow, they make so much money. They make this much money an hour, and they go to work, and they work a few hours in the morning, go home, come back, work a few hours in the evening. They think like, wow, great lifestyle, great this, great. But the truth, or the reality, at least for me personally, what I found is that the hourly rate is not very accurate, because you spend a lot of time outside of the gym writing programs, writing nutrition plans, like keeping up, staying on top of all these clients that you've got to look after and be there for and provide a service for. So realistically, you sort of cut that hourly rate in half.
Yeah, in a lot of cases it is like that. Yeah, you do a lot of work like outside of outside of being with the actual clients themselves, definitely. But yeah, I mean, comparing it to like a 9 to 5 job, I enjoy it. Like, I enjoy doing it in my own time because it still gives you a little bit more freedom.
Yeah.
Choosing how much work you're going to put in at that time.
It's true.
And it's stuff that, like for me just comes like that. Like, it's just easy. I just know exactly what to do. I don't have to think about it. Like when someone wants me to make a program for them and they tell me their goals and stuff, for me, it's just like a procedure now. You know how it becomes?
Yeah, oh look, totally. And don't get me wrong, there's plenty of times where you'll just rock up at the gym and you won't have programs, you'll just like train the client and you'll just literally make up the program on the spot. My own, But then there's more to it than that with certain clients as well. Like sometimes you do need to do a bit of research. Like maybe they 100%. Have dietary restrictions or something you've got to work with, and you have to do some research on that. Or maybe they have an injury, you have to do some research on to figure out what they can and can't do. Or maybe they do have very specific goals and their program does need to be quite meticulously thought through. So you're right, there's a bit of both, but it's just something to keep in mind, I think, for those people interested in the PT life. Like there's a lot to it. It's not sort of just as simple as you just rock up, do some clients, pocket $80 for 45 minutes and go home.
Yeah. I've got a good example now. A client that does about 4 sessions a week with me every day. He wants to do a 5th session now, and he wants to do yoga in that session, a bit of yoga, stretching, and a bit of like core strength stuff.
Yeah, wow.
So something that's like a completely different, and he does like weights. Monday to Thursday, he would do like, your basic routine, like chest, back, shoulders, arms. And then, he wants to do like, this sort of stretching just because of his posture and stuff. And it's interesting. So for that, I'm going to have to sit down and have a think. what I'm going to structure it like, and how I'm going to do it, because I'm going to get 45 minutes to do yoga and stretching and all that. So that's, that's, I don't know, I feel like that's a lot of time to do stretching and
mobility
yoga and I guess mobility and so
you sort of do need a long time though to do a good mobility program, do full body, because I did quite a little while of consistently hitting mobility most days, and my routines would normally take me at least half an hour to go through a good full body sort of mobility work.
Do you have anything written down or anything?
I've got some stuff. Speak to Harley.
Yeah, right.
He's the guru.
Yeah, cool.
He can definitely point you in the right direction. That stuff.
Yeah, I reckon that's a good idea.
Anyway, we've gone on a tangent. Let's turn back around for a second. I'm good at that. And I wanted to before we leave this online business thing, I wanted to ask you. So, like, how long now have you been, in that space?
Yeah.
And how long did it take to start seeing some results for your time and effort, and sort of what kind of level of results are you getting now? Like, obviously, you don't have to disclose anything too personal, but just give us an idea.
So I've started obviously, I don't know how long ago, but I started on Amazon about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And that was my sort of thing. I was like, oh yeah, this is it. This is what I want to do. I'm that sort of person that I don't like risks. So I'd rather be 100% sure before I start anything.
You are very much.
So I didn't want to invest in anything. I didn't want to be one of those spontaneous people getting into something and then ruining it for me by, failing.
Yeah, the whole do your own research thing, Dre is a king of that.
Yeah. So, obviously, I was just at a lot of courses. So there was a couple of courses on Amazon, like Amazon Scout. I think they've got a couple of courses. And then there was another Jungle Scout or something.
Yeah, I think I used Jungle Scout.
Yeah, so those guys are really good to sort of open your eyes to what it's like to sell on Amazon. Obviously, they make it seem like it's really cool and easy, but it's not. And you have to invest in, let's say, 1,000 units of forks, for example, to import it from China into an Amazon warehouse in America. So you pay your money for that, and then you pay to keep that stuff, in that warehouse. So so it's bit of a risk, and then I sort of, I thought about it, I've learned about it, and I faded away into Shopify, which you've got some experience as well with, which I thought it was drop shipping Shopify stuff, so which I thought is way less risk. You don't have to deal with anything. You
don't have to hold inventory.
No.
I mean, not that you are, Amazon is, but it's still sort of your inventory. Like, you pay for it.
Yeah, here you don't have to. Drop shipping.
So did you have inventory held by Amazon?
I've never actually started.
You didn't actually go through it. You just did the research and the look into it, and
then I heard about Shopify, like, because the more research you do, you come across different topics, and then you sort of branch into it, and then you're like, oh, cool, Shopify, that sounds pretty good. So you find out how much it costs a month, and you do your research and how it works, and it just seemed really easy. So drop shipping was just perfect.
No-brainer
for what I wanted to do. Like, just to learn, and then if I got really good at it, then find your niche products that sell that are good, and then you can go into Amazon. So if you knew a perfect product that's going to sell, I'd tell you 100% go Amazon, buy shitloads of it from China and sell on Amazon. But if you're testing and you don't know if this product is going to be any good, you're putting all your money in one basket in one product. You're going to buy 200-300 units of it. So it's just risky. You don't know.
At the same time, something that actually, I'll just backtrack real quick as well. So when you say you started on Amazon, a year and a half, 2 years ago, you mean you became aware of it, started learning it. So fast forwarding again. When it comes to product and selling and finding that hot product and stuff, it's also extremely important. And this is why I'm such a big advocate of, putting in the time and doing these online courses, is that it's not about, it's sort of about the product. It's more about marketing. If you can advertise and market well, you can sell shit. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. The marketing and advertising skills are hugely important. You can have the best product in the world, but if you don't know how to sell it, you won't sell it.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that. This whole thing of the product sells itself, that's not a thing online. Not really. Unless, it's a product that is just super hot at the time, like say it was a fidget spinner or something, you know, to use that silly example, and then you decided to sell them, and then you just, you know, they were all the rage, so some people saw your ads, and even though your ad copy and stuff was shit, they were like, oh, that's a fidget spinner, I want one of them, I'll buy it. So that's what we call a hot, what are they called again? A hot customer, whatever. Hot prospect, you know, because they are in the marketplace looking for what you have to sell already. So you don't have to sell to them. They're just like, yeah, I want that. So there's that, but you know, learning the skills of marketing and advertising are crucial, because if you want to be successful in the online space, you know, if you want longevity in this world, you know, you need to know how to sell and market. That's the number one skill. That is what online business is.
100%, yeah.
Period.
So that's one thing that I was like regretting. Like, I didn't know what to study at some point, you know, and I should have studied e-commerce, because that would have been perfect for what I wanted to do, you know. Oh, I would have loved to, and I still like want to, but I like studying I don't want to go back into it a little bit.
There's so much, you know, there's so many courses and stuff online that are also just a shit load cheaper than what you spend to go and study it at a uni, like a uni or something, or like
uni, like
it's
or whatever. You know?
It's ridiculous, people. Like, don't do that shit. I shouldn't do your own research, but you know, just have a look around online and do your due diligence. Like, look into it. But you will find some amazing stuff. There's some really good stuff. And if you're interested in what I do or what Dre does, you know, you can just send us a message and we can let you know. But it's the opportunity now it's mind blowing.
Yeah, it's just patience, really. Be able to invest your time into it and learn. Be open minded. So
it's interesting you say that you've been like looking into this for the last sort of year and a half, 2 years, because I'd say that's probably about the same as me.
Yeah.
In terms of like when I first discovered it and started playing with it.
And
all that. But then I had quite a long hiatus in the middle, like, where I sort of just let it go. After I failed with my Shopify store that I was doing with my brother, like a team effort, that just didn't work out. And honestly, that was truly because, and I can see it now as in hindsight so clearly, that business for me was just, how can I make money fast? You know, and how can I get this money rolling in ASAP? And I just didn't give a shit about anything else.
See, I don't see how you fail in a Shopify store unless you get a product or whatever you're selling, that niche, completely wrong and people are just not interested in it. Like, I don't know how because you can always keep trying. You can advertise more and market more and all, just push that product, whatever it is. And there's always people that will buy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. So when you say, I don't know how you fail, and you hit the nail on the head, because I quit.
Yeah, all right.
Because I quit, because I gave up, you know? Like, that's the truth. The fact is, you're right. The products we had, sure, like, there's a market for them. 100%. You know, other people are selling them and making a bank off it.
Yeah. We
quit. But at the same time, I am also really thankful that I did quit, because the store that I had just wasn't aligned with my passions so much. You know, like, for me, that's hugely important. I need to be doing something that I align with and I love, and that's coming from the essence of who I am. That is really important to me. If I'm not, there really isn't any point in me doing it, because the money is just one part of it. Feeling fulfilled and happy on the journey is so important.
Yeah, I guess that's different a lot as well, because for me, it's not about the product that I'm selling, because what I'm selling now is something that I don't care about much. Like, it's something that I find a niche for and I feel like people want to buy. But my thing that I care about is to be able to sell. To be able to, you know, to make sales.
But but like the thing maybe that you've misinterpreted there was that, like, maybe for you that passion and that interest and like what drives you is just this whole like world of import export.
Yeah,
Like maybe that's what
what
fascinates you. You know,
Yeah.
you love the
100%.
business of online selling.
Yeah, like I want to find that product that people will buy, and
and that's okay. You know, that is an interest and a love, and if that's your interest and your love, like that's cool. Like you know, for some people, their interest and passion is just business.
Yeah,
you know, and they're like, cool. I want to take this business and scale it and grow it and create this from it, and then I want to jump out of that one and start a new one. You know, like, and that's awesome. By all means, you know, go for it. But for me, like, that's not my passion. My passion is creative, and it's growth and development and learning and travel and you know. So like, there's specific things for me that are my calling and that I want to, and teaching and helping others. You know, I love that. So that's like my direction. So for me, online business just needs to reflect that.
Okay, so you want to find like some product that you believe in to sell.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I need to believe. For me, I do need to believe it, because I won't. How can I sell something to someone else? For me personally, if I'm not, you know, if it doesn't resonate with me, like that's where I differ to you. Like that's just not something that I.
But you're not into drop shipping much, are you?
Well, not at this stage. I'm not into drop shipping until the day comes where I have an idea. I'm like, oh, I would love to create that product and offer that product.
So you would want to create your own product. You
want
to contact the Chinese factory and go, can you make me this? And then
or can you take this that you have and make these changes to it? And tweak it and then, you know, do this.
Yeah, it's definitely So I can see that. I can definitely relate to that. Just I mean, I'm starting in a way where I'm like just starting to understand, I guess, how the marketing works. So I'm using things that I'm not really interested in that I hope, you know, that I think might sell. And then eventually I stumble across something that will catch my interest, that I can do what you just said, you know, change it and create a brand name, and boom, you know, it's your own thing and your own brand name, and then it grows, and then, you know.
So you are like hoping to private label and go down that path?
Like that's the next stage for I guess most people that do drop shipping. But it's testing. So I'm hoping to create at least, you know, 5 more different website Shopify stores with completely different products. And then
completely different niches.
Yeah, exactly. And then just find what is one of the best ones, and then you know, you can customize it to your own, brand it and whatnot.
Improve on that. Yeah, cool. So circling back around a little bit again, once again on these tangents. So when was it that you actually first started building out your store, or like started advertising, like actually became a part of the online machine of entrepreneurship and e-commerce?
So that would probably be when I decided to go Shopify. So they give you, I probably started maybe about 5 months ago, maybe a little bit less. Okay. And you know, they give you the 14-day trial.
Yeah.
So pretty much within those 14 days, I worked non-stop as much as I could. I was in the hype. Created my store. Yeah. And then I basically, once I had everything ready, I paid the $30 a month, and then pretty much off there, it was more about advertising and, you know, connecting your Facebook and whatnot and Instagram, and then it was all about advertising and marketing, which I'm still learning.
Yeah, it's dude. Oh man, advertising and marketing is a massive topic. Like people forget when they go to start an online business and dive into this world, they forget that there are people, you know, doing degrees and stuff in all this, you know, and masters and all that in advertising and marketing. It's like it's re-education. Yeah, people, you know, if you're getting into online business, it's not, you know, you're not just starting this little hobby that's going to start to make you some money on the side. I mean, sort of you are, but like you're re-educating, you're re-skilling. Like if you want to do this to get out of your job, think of it as going to do anything else to get out of your job. Like if you wanted to leave your industry and go to another, you'd have to re-skill or re-educate. It's the same thing. You're just learning to do it from a place of independence and freedom and from your laptop, so that you can do it in your house or in Bali, you know, in your PJs, by the pool somewhere, like anywhere where there's an internet connection. And that's the beautiful thing about this. Okay, so touching back on that, so 5 months, and give us a little bit of an idea of just like some results. Like what are you seeing now? Like, you know, is it encouraging? Like,
so my first advert, like marketing advertisement, worked okay. I invested a lot of money into it. Okay. So I got some money back out of it. Sold a couple of things. which was obviously good to
The
just
first one.
see.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, just to see how sort of but investment wise, profit wise, obviously your investment into advertising and then what you get back, it obviously cuts in half, and then what you get is basically what you spend. But you just test it. You test how much you spend in advertising, how much you get back, and then and then from then you learn. So anything where you learn, you get a lesson without losing money is a good lesson, right?
Well, and look, you have to be willing and accept the fact that you are probably in fact 99% of the time you are going to lose money in your advertising and your marketing to begin with.
Yeah.
They say that 8 out of 10 campaigns are failures.
Yeah.
Even when you're successful, 8 out of 10 campaigns won't make you money.
Yeah.
But the 1 or the 2 out of the 10 that do will make you bank or whatever. Potentially. Like just saying, be aware. Don't expect to go out there and run a few ads and all of a sudden you're making money. Like it doesn't. It's not that simple.
Yeah. So at the moment I've rethought things and I'm going to go back into more learning to try and sort of narrow down how to focus on the advertising and marketing, and how to narrow down what niches and how to sort of structure my advertising in a way. So there's time. Don't rush it. Patience is most important.
So 100%. Like as we were saying before, like it really doesn't matter how long this takes you.
Yeah. Because
if you weren't doing it, you'd be working a different job.
Yeah.
That you don't like, and a different job that probably wouldn't have uncapped earning potential.
100%. Yeah.
And the potential for freedom. Like all these things that we're chasing. So. You're right. It's I take my hat off to you, dude, because all this time we've been mates. And the reason I brought up that sort of silent hustle thing before was that you've spoken about this to me before, but then you very rarely ever talk about it.
Yeah.
And I have sort of in the back of my head always gone like, oh, maybe he's quit, or like maybe he's not doing it anymore, or like I just sort of go, oh yeah, okay, whatever. But then the other day when you came past and you were like, it's exciting, I'm starting to have some sales coming through now and shit, and I was like, oh, fuck, he's been going the whole time. This is brilliant. He's still going. I love it. That's awesome. And I was like, mad respect, bro, because you don't talk about it. You very much do keep it to yourself and just do the work behind the closed doors. And I have mad respect for that because that's an area that a lot of people struggle with.
Oh, thanks.
Anyway, we're at 56 minutes, so we've done good. We've almost hit that hour, so we'll start to wrap it up. I do a final question for all my guests on the podcast. All right, so you ready for this one? It's a pretty tough question.
Let's do it.
All right, so my final question to you is, what is the single best piece of life advice you've ever been given or you've ever come across?
Something that I remember. I guess it would have to be.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, like there's quite a lot, but for me, it's just keep following your dream.
Yeah.
Just keep going at what you want, what you really want out of your life.
Yes, that's the best. That's like such a great answer. Like. There's so many other awesome quotes and motivations and things like that, but then like just that as the simple message of just follow your heart, just stay true to yourself and follow your dreams is so important. And for most people, they've given up on that. For a lot of people, they say the richest place in the world is the graveyard because of all the dreams that are buried there with the people. So that's words of wisdom from Dragan, from the Dragan himself. All right, where can the people find you online, bro? Where do you hang out online?
Probably on my Insta at DraFit. It's probably one of my best places.
Do you want to spell it for everyone?
DRAEFIT. Just put it in the search and it should come up straight away.
That's the best place?
Facebook, Dragan Drags.
Dragan Drags.
Yeah.
DRAGAN.
And space DRAGZZ.
ZZ. Double Z. Boom.
Cool.
What's your full name?
Dragan Nencev.
Dragan Nencev.
Yeah.
Do you have a middle name?
No,
No,
get a middle name.
Don't get middle names.
No, I don't think so. No, not in Czech. That's the thing. There you go. There's
There's
different
another thing.
culture.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Perfect. That was fun. It's good to have you on, man.
Thanks for having me, brother.
No worries. It's been good. All right, people. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this little chat with my boy. And time for you to hop back on your Harley and piss off. We'll talk about the new toy next time.
Sounds good.
Peace out.
See you guys.
Thanks for tuning in, fam. If you would like to support the podcast, the best way you can do that is to leave a review, or if you're watching on YouTube, give it a like and leave me a comment. Massive thank you in advance if you do. I'm extremely grateful. I hope you enjoyed this week's podcast as much as I did, and don't forget to tune in next week. New podcasts drop every Sunday. Big love.